You'll have to excuse me, I am in a really messy basement slash art room, whatever. It's not super messy, I mean I can show it on camera. But this is about the only place I had room to put anything, so here we are. I'm not going to have time to show off my chess sets during my nerd is bigger than your nerd, so I figured I'd go ahead and show them off now. Again, I'm in a pretty messy basement, I apologize. I have a ton of magnetic sets, but I'm not really going to go over them. I did pull out the queens and kings for all my magnetic sets. I actually have 4 sets of magnetic sets, but only 3 magnetic boards. Got a couple of the boxes still, but probably the coolest magnetic set is this set from India. This is pretty awesome. I got this for like 17 bucks. I think they go for like typically 35 to 40 bucks. I want to test out this camera. I want to test out the microphone. I want to test out my lighting. This is a 7.5-inch board, and it may not be super impressive, but it sure is pretty. Dang it. 7 inches. I'm making it look bigger than it really is by zooming in here. The camera has a nice stabilization, so I'm not actually using a zoom, I'm just doing it with my hands. Well, let's get those back pieces out so you can see those. The background pieces out. This set has really pretty bishops and knights. I especially like knights made in India because they look like camels. Now, if you get this set from America, it is going to cost you about $35 or $40, and it's going to have traditional knights. It's not going to have the knights made in India. And these have some pretty fat top bishops. I really like that. And this is a magnetic set. It's a wooden magnetic set. 17 bucks. Shit you not. That is dope. Now I have a ton of chess sets, guys. I mean, just tons. They're in storage and I've collected them my whole life. But I've just pulled out some nifty ones to show off. Not everything. Those are like my prettiest magnetic plastic pieces, and these are magnetic wooden pieces. And you can upgrade on this. This is just a 7.5-inch set. They make 10, 11, 12 tournament size. Wow, what a gorgeous wooden magnetic set. Alright. This is a 12-inch board. Actually a pretty cheap board. That package right here, this pink package. I'm sorry, these are Milton Bradley chess pieces, excuse me, from the 1950s. And I just put them on that, you know, inexpensive board here. But man, is this a pretty set. Check it out. Fat top bishop. Really pretty knight. Oh man, those fat rooks. Oh, and those fat bottom pawns. I totally forgot to mention that about the Indian set. If you buy this from India, you'll have these pawns with fat, wide bottoms, which is actually one of my preferences. I don't want to like repeat myself over and over again with every set I go to, but that and that will be a recurring theme that you'll see throughout, you know, my preference list. Fat rook, pronounced and beautiful knight, man, and the color is just unbelievable. The bishop, knight, and rook on this set are really good. I really like the bishop and the knight on this set, and the pawns. Everything else is pretty standard for the most part. It's actually quite a dull king and queen, but the fact that this is a antique set, essentially, from the 1950s is pretty amazing. Again, those fat top bishops totally reminds me of a Russian set. Back to these boxes. I didn't really show them off. Really shiny on the smaller set. You probably have a set of these laying around, the Milton Bradley set. They're pretty easy to find. This is my other 1950s chess set. It's the Spartan chess and checkers set. And we've had a few of these over the years. We lost a couple of them. Some of them were dated from World War II. They're probably still in a box somewhere. Mom just hasn't found them. But I scored this one relatively cheap. I want to say it was like 11 or 13 bucks, something like that. Dang. Came with all the checkers and the chess pieces, everything. Has a little tear in the package. And some writing on it, but I don't care. Holy moly. This is a xoxo board with resin pieces and tiles. I could actually fit these resin pieces and these little wooden tiles into this box. And I also have a miniature magnetic xoxo. That's pretty cool. I also have a large xoxo set, but I'm not going to show you that until my nerd is bigger than your nerd. See? Larger pieces. The resin pieces are what's interesting here, though. See the elephant? The knight. And there's some tiles there as well. These tiles didn't come with this board. These tiles are technically antique, the miniature tiles you see on the board. See the elephant? But yeah, my mini magnetic wallet. My gigantic 1.7 diameter pieces. My kind of crookedy-wookedy resin pieces there. And I've got them turned backwards so you can see their front details. If you'd like to see them from the side, why not? Let's do that. That'll be cool. That'll look really cool. Oh, is this night? Yeah, guy, we can't see your butt. Janky! Man, this game's janky, man. Again, none of this stuff actually came with the board. I gave those tiles to a friend. And I opted for antique tiles all around. The resin pieces are not antique. The wallet is not really an antique. I bought that like 10 years ago on Amazon for like 9 bucks. They're like 18 or 20 bucks now. Whew. Okay, now over to Russia. Wow. You know, where do I begin? Holy moly. I guess we'll start with, say you visited Russia from China. And it was the late 70s, no, I'm sorry, late 80s, early 90s. And you wanted to take something back to China with you when you went home. Well, these were tourist sets, and you can get them by the hundreds. I mean, you could just find, man, there's dozens of them, really, but they're pretty pricey. They make current kokloma sets. This is called kokloma, matryoshka, babushka, nesting doll chess, essentially. I hope I'm not slaying all those words. You can find dozens of them. But a lot of them have these really weird knights that have 4 pieces to them, like their ears and their head, whereas these all seem to be a solid 1 or 2 pieces, small base, you know. These are more solid pieces, these late 80s, early 90s tourist sets. And I'm telling you, I've seen a bunch of them, you know, Egyptian sets, Viking sets, and Nordic and Swiss sets, and German sets, you know. They, like I said, they make a newer set of Russian kokloma, but they're running you about 70 bucks, and they don't look as pretty as this either. Let's see if we can get some details here. And again, I've got my pieces backwards, sorry. Just so you can actually see their faces. And notice they're all holding beer. They're beer-drinking Chinamen. I'm not kidding. What's interesting about this set is that I got it for like 21 bucks on eBay. And technically, I don't think you're gonna find a set like this for less than $90 to $120. And a lot of xoxo sets, traditional xoxo sets, run you anywhere from like 200 to 300 smackerinos, you know? But what a great novelty piece, beer drinking Chinaman, you know? I mean, you really you can't find a more novelty chess set, and that's why I'm spending so much time on this one. I apologize. It's kind of like the star of the show. Sorry that I keep cutting away, cutting back and forth, and blah, 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 blee, blee, blee. But I forgot that, you know, when I mentioned that I scored this for, you know, 21 bucks, and I don't see them going for, you know, less than 90 to 120, it reminded me of these very interesting Chancellor of Dublin binoculars that I scored recently that I essentially got for $30. They're technically worth anywhere from $200 to $300. And it's just this xoxo set, and, you know, these binoculars are just interesting, you know, valuable things that I found online. And in researching xoxo, oh my goshness, I found something cute. I found kokeshi chess, and then I found kokeshi dolls. OMG. These things are cute, and pictures cannot do them justice. They're heavy, they're well made, they're well cut, they're painted well. They actually have some value too. They're in excellent condition, minus cat hair and dust. Ah! They're actually in pretty good condition, and it's like I said, they have some value, being from 1979 and 1975. Really amazing. I can't believe it. This one right here you can find for about 40 to 50 smackers. And I'm actually giving that one to my little sister. That's why I bought it, actually. I was like, wow, I know somebody who's going to flip her shit. And I decided I'm gonna keep this one just because I have a t-shirt flash picture here. Yeah, that's pretty much me. I mean, she even kind of looks high, you know, like, hey man, what's going on? Hey, it's me, Charlie, hey. Minus the bow. Although the bow is cute. You see, but yeah, xoxo, kokeshi, you know, I even saw a video recently where someone was like, you know, it reminds me of nesting dolls. Ah, matroska, you know. But yeah, that one's for my little sister. And that one's me. So anyway, I had this 15-inch board, and I had got some tournament size pieces, and I was kind of disappointed. But in the end, this board made great use. I was able to make use of it with my xoxo, and this tournament set isn't that bad. The seller just sent me the wrong thing, and it pissed me off. I need all these colors for my nerd is bigger than your nerd, and I got this great 17-inch board here. This is kind of like the show stealer, essentially. And I ended up with two pretty gigantic sets, actually. One from Bulgaria and one from India. Let me show you the Bulgarian set first. Here are the white pieces. Notice the fat bottoms on the notice the fat bottoms on everything. That is a pet peeve and a perk for me. God, that bishop. Let's back up. Oh my gosh. Shut the front door. Shut the front door in my face. God, those bishops. Jesus. Knights, actually, I felt like they kind of cheaped out a little bit. The rooks I had to raise up using some furniture pads, you know? Raise the rook! Raise the rook! What? Raise the rook! Oh, I promised I would not do that, and I'm so sorry. King and queen are very modern. It was actually one of my mother's complaints about this set, that it was just, it's too mod, blah, blah, blah. I'm a man! But yeah, aside from cheaping out on the thinness of the knight, essentially, Now, I scored my set for 35 smackers, and I think it's a deal. And I got it from Bulgaria. I think it was like 42 after shipping, maybe. I don't really remember. 35, 40, something like that. Good luck finding it that price. I'm sorry. Cheapest I was able to find it was literally $90. And then more with a board. But if you search for Bulgarian chess sets, I think you'll agree. Oh, well, yes, my Coloma set is probably my most novelty and most interesting and probably my favorite chess set, and I'd die if I lost it. Though I know I could find another one. I may not be able to get my solid knights like before, but let's hope. But technically, if I wanted another Bulgarian set, they do make more beautiful Russian and Bulgarian sets. That's just how it goes. This is a modern, traditional, but still budget set, essentially. But it's tournament size. It's massive. It's gigantic. Good lord. But not quite as gigantic as this other set from India that I just got. Now I actually just got this the day that I went to record My Nerd is Bigger Than Your Nerd. Haven't even had time to clean it, paint it, whatever. Remember I said that pieces from India, the knights, kind of look like camels. Back up just a little bit more so you can catch both sets here. It's just such a big dang set. The kings are freaking 5 inches tall. Technically, I think they were a little over. Can't quite remember. I will say that most Indian sets, or sets from India, most sets from India will range you anywhere from $40 to $120. And that's kind of like for basic standard stuff. For antique, engraved stuff that I have no idea. I was not able to find the like. And let me tell you right now, finding 3.5 to 4 inch, no, I'm sorry, these are 4-inch Bulgarian kings. Finding that, I'm sorry, I think it was 3.75, but finding that again in America on eBay, even from Bulgaria at $35, good luck. The board is actually quite nice too, the decoupage board, and it ran about $40 if I'm not mistaken. I can't quite remember, it was like $35 or $40, but let's see if I can catch some gloss here.